Khachkars probably started in Armenia after the adoption of Christianity in Armenia. Obviously, after the 4th century, 301, Armenians accepted Christianity. And of course, people been carving on walls, on stones, centuries before that from the ancient times. But this type of art, this specific art, developed after Christianity, adopting Christianity in Armenia. The reason we know that is actually there is a rule about that. There is a rule specifically about cross stones, about Khachkars. And it comes to us from Saint Gregory the Illuminator, or first Catholicos. So the tradition or the rule or the canon by Saint Gregory coming to us from 4th century was that every time a new church was going to be built, a Khachkar would be placed there in that spot to mark the spot, kind of that people get used to that place as a place of worship, and to mark that spot, to make that kind of place separate, as we say in the church, using the church language, religious language, to consecrate, to make that separate as to a dedicated place for building a church later. So a Khachkar would be placed there first, and until now we see that in many cities or towns. And every time if you attended a blessing of the grounds of the future church is going to be built, they would first place a Khachkar there. And of course, the Khachkar is blessed. There was a special ceremony coming to us back from 4th and 5th century. And by the way, the first time we hear about this rule is from the 5th century Armenian church father, Hovan Mandakuni. He writes about that rule. He wrote many canons or rules especially about monastic life, and he's the one that mentions. And of course, there is a special service too for blessing of the Khachkar. The Khachkar is first washed, kind of the first 4 parts of the Khachkar, the top, the bottom, and the 2 sides is blessed, and then it is consecrated with holy muron, with holy oil that we use in the Armenian church. We use this holy oil in few occasions, for baptism, chrismation actually, following the baptism, sacrament of baptism. We use that for ordination, when we ordain a new priest. We use that when we bless a church, when we consecrate a church. We use for January 5th service, January 6th service actually, for Christmas. And of course, we use that for blessing of the Khachkar, because Khachkar is special for Armenian people and for Armenian church. That's why we use holy oil, holy muron, to bless a Khachkar.